AI is a part of every platform, it seems, whether you want it to be or not, and the chances are high that you're using it to write your copy. How do I know? Because I'm using it to support my business too. In this episode, I'm talking about the advantages of using AI to write your copy and where it falls short and what to do about that.
Being an online business owner is full of ups and downs. Some days you can't imagine going back to your 9 to 5, and other days you want to burn your whole business to the ground. We get it.
Welcome to Chaos to Conversions, a podcast of practical, no BS strategies to grow your online business. Each week, we're chatting about launching, copywriting, mindset, and more, so you can make sense of the chaos and do more of what works.
Join the conversation and let's grow together.
Welcome back to Chaos to Conversions. Like I said, we're going to be talking about AI for copy today. And I want to talk specifically about how my thoughts around AI have changed a bit since its, innovation. Because I don't know, it seems like to me, ChatGPT was invented yesterday, but really it's been around for, probably couldn't even tell you, a year or two now. How long has it been going on? A bit. And so I've gotten more familiar with ChatGPT. I'm sure you have begun using AI more in your life and your business. We all really have. And like I mentioned in the hook, even if you didn't really want it to be a part of your life, it really has just become a part of so many different apps and platforms that we use. Like I know on Facebook, when you go and look at stuff now, it'll have like AI questions. That's like, here, use Meta AI. You can ask this question. Or on Gmail now, it like summarizes your emails for you, which I think is super stupid and very pointless. But anyways, the point is that AI is everywhere. You really can't avoid it. Of course, you can avoid using certain platforms like ChatGPT or Claude, but it is just built into so many things. So when ChatGPT and other AI platforms started gaining popularity, I really didn't know what to think, especially as a copywriter. That's the perspective I'm coming at it today with. And at the time, I really wasn't using it that much, and I really didn't see how it could replace the work I was doing with clients. But more and more, I've seen business owners turning to AI for their copy, and I did start to see some real advantages and some big disadvantages. So I want to have an honest discussion about it. So let's talk about where AI can be really helpful in your business to get started. The first thing is definitely speed. AI can help you get something done, particularly writing your copy, way faster than writing it from scratch. A lot of times when I write emails for my own business, I want to be very clear that I use AI for my own business, like my own emails and blogs and things like that at times, but I don't use them to write clients' stuff because that would be kind of pointless. They're paying me to write things from scratch, right? But anyways, sometimes I will have like ChatGPT. That's typically the AI that I use the most. I've played around with Claude a little bit, but I just stick with ChatGPT. So if I go in and I might ask it to like, hey, I'm thinking I want to write this email and like, here's how I want it to get started. Like, here's an idea that I have, or I'm stuck. I wrote this email and it just feels really like blah. Can you help me like make it sound better? Can you help me like make it funnier? So sometimes I will use AI to help me with that. And it does definitely speed up the process a lot when I'm writing my own stuff. I have definitely seen that. It can also just help you with getting started. If you're someone who gets stuck just staring at the blinking cursor on your screen, AI can really help you, like just be a starting point, a jumping off point. And again, I will use that sometimes for my own business as well. If I'm like, I need to write an email about this podcast interview that I did, but for whatever reason, my mind is just like not working today. I've already written like 5 emails for clients. I'm running on fumes. Give me a jumping off place. So that can be really helpful. It's also really great for rewriting and revising. I just talked about this a second ago, but I actually love using ChatGPT as a reviser. So I'll craft an email and I'm like, okay, this could sound again a bit more casual. It could sound a bit more creative. It could sound a bit more funny. Or maybe I want ideas for how to make something have like little jokes or puns in it. And so I'll let ChatGPT kind of spitball ideas with me and help me come up with some really creative lines, sentences, jokes, subject lines, whatever, to make the email sound more interesting, to make it more relatable. Just spice it up a little bit so it doesn't sound so boring. And of course, the first draft is like sometimes it can just help you get started, create a first draft for you that you can work off of and improve and revise from there. Of course, all of those things are awesome, but just like any tool that we use in our business, there are going to be downsides, there are going to be disadvantages. And having now worked with ChatGPT for my own business, having looked at a lot of copy that people have had AI write for them, and I'm helping them revise it and add strategy to it, I've definitely seen the disadvantages to using AI to write your copy. So here's where things can go, quote unquote, wrong with AI. When you are straight up copying and pasting an email or copying and pasting a sales page or a blog post, and you are pressing send, you are hitting publish, that is where the really big problems come in. I've seen so many issues with AI and copying, AI and just like copy and pasting or the copy in general, because a lot of times, not a lot of times, what AI stinks at and what it really sucks at is that it is going to be very vague. It does not know your audience. It is, yes, summarizing things from across the internet and gathering data from across the internet, but it does not know specific conversations that you've had with people, market research that you've done with clients or customers, the experiences that you've had that have made you a great website designer or resource creator or whatever it is. It is very general. It is very broad. And so the messaging that it uses is also very vague and general and broad. And broad, vague copy does not sell very well. So a lot of times whenever I'm reading copy that people have, punched into ChatGPT and then they paste it into their email doc and go, great, here's my email for the week. I'm like, what are you selling, babe? Like, this is so vague. It's so general. It really doesn't give us a sense of anything. It uses a lot of metaphors a lot of times that don't really make sense as well. And that just creates like a really unclear mess in your copy and it's very distracting. And the copy just, it says a lot of things, but somehow it also just says very little. Have you ever talked to someone like that before where you're like, you're saying a lot and somehow like none of it really makes that much sense, or it's not really like getting to the point, like a lot of words coming out of your mouth, but that doesn't mean that you're saying things that are important. That's kind of how I feel a lot of times about what ChatGPT and Claude and all these other AI platforms are producing. It's saying a lot and somehow still saying a little. So where AI just doesn't work and where it really helps to have someone like a copywriter in your corner helping you out and guiding you through your copy is these kind of things right here. First big one is strategy. When it comes to planning your content or crafting an email or creating a blog post that's packed with strategy, AI falls short every time. It's not a strategist, it's a robot. But some people are taking the words that it spits out as fact. It's like, well, ChatGPT said it. This must be how my people are feeling. That's just not true. A strategy will write copy with your audience, your messaging, and market research in mind, and it flows in a way that the reader can actually follow. It taps into their struggles. It hits on the different buyer types. AI is not thinking that in depth about your copy. It is literally just producing words that are aligned with the subject area or the topic, of the prompt that you've typed in. It's not getting into the strategy. It's not getting into the market, marketing psychology. And that's where it's going to fall short every single time. And yes, AI will get more advanced. And there may be elements of these things where it does get better at. But again, it will never be a full strategist. It will never know your business and your audience like you do. Or like someone that you hire who is coming in and taking over those things and is like, getting well-versed in your audience will. Another thing that AI just sucks at is messaging. And I just talked about this with it just being so vague. It's saying a lot and somehow it's saying very little. AI can make some really good guesses about what your people want to hear or what angle is going to work, but that's what it is. It's a guess. Real messaging comes from research and knowledge about your audience. It's messaging that's also clear. AI is great about dancing around your offer, but it doesn't actually know what you're selling or who you're selling it to, what they need to hear, all those beautiful things that are what make copy sell. Storytelling is also a place where AI just really sucks. It really, really does. At this point in time, AI storytelling skills are like absolute garbage. That is one thing that I found to be really lacking. I love a good storytelling email. I love when I get like emails in the inbox that have like a really great story to them, or you can hear like this really relatable piece of, life advice, business advice, whatever, that you're like, oh yeah, I've been there before. And AI just isn't able to do that. It doesn't have the human capability of being able to tell an interesting story or weaving a story into a sale. So I've tried a couple times more than a couple times. I've tried to get, ChatGPT before to help me out with some sort of story or some sort of lead in, and it just never really goes very well. Again, it is very vague and the stories just don't really come across as very relatable or even very real. So those are kind of the three things where I have seen AI really fall short: strategy, messaging, and storytelling. So to kind of recap this episode, what I really wanted to talk about is that yes, AI can have really big benefits for your business. It can help speed things up. It can help you get started. It can help with rewriting and revising. Those are all ways I use it in my own business. AI can write a lot of words way faster than we can. But it's your job to make sure that those words mean something and to make sure that they align with the knowledge of your audience and your offer. That's the thing that AI is not able to do. It doesn't know the strategy, the messaging, and the storytelling like you are able to do, or a professional that you hire. If you are someone who is using a lot of AI to write your copy, but you do feel like you are kind of missing that piece, that strategy, messaging, storytelling piece, and maybe you don't want to hire a copywriter or you don't have the budget to hire a copywriter. A great intermediate is my membership, the Copy Huddle. I help members edit and revise their copy so their messaging is clear and their messaging is packed full of strategy, not just words on a page. So a lot of the members in the Copy Huddle use AI to help them write their copy, which is totally fine. I'm totally okay with that. And then I look over their copy every single week and help them adjust it. I also meet with members, quarterly members, each quarter to strategize their content plan with them. We go over their goals and their timelines, and we plan out their emails and long form content to help them get to those goals. So if, again, you're looking for that extra piece that AI isn't able to deliver, the Copy Huddle is a great place to be. If you use the code podcast, you can get $50 off your first month or your first quarter inside the Copy Huddle. Thanks so much for joining the conversation today. If you want to learn more about how we can work together on email marketing, launch copy, or content planning, head to therelevantcollective.com. I'll meet you back here next Tuesday for more practical strategies to take your business from chaos to conversions.